Hi everyone, this is the video that I dread filming every single year. It's enough to put anybody in a bad mood, so I've come in a really bright, happy colour because I know the content of this video is going to be drab, drab, drab. Anyway, this is the worst beauty that I believe, and this is only my opinion, that 2023 had on offer. So we are going to get straight on with it. I actually have Ralph sat next to me. He's not on camera. He's a bit camera shy today for moral support. He obviously knew I needed the comfort. Let's get on with it. Let's jump straight into these because I'm not sure my heart will be able to take it if we leave these to the end. These are from Revolution. In fact, a lot of the products that feature in here are Revolution. This is like a Revolution bashing video. There are other brands in here as well. I've tried a lot of rubbish from Revolution this year. Some great products, but I just wish their quality testing was a little bit better. Am I the only one that really didn't like this? I know that at least one of my viewers uses these all the time and really likes them because I've spoken about these on my channel before and she said that she really does like them. She also told me that they have a bit of a film on the top that you need to get rid of before you use them. So I took a knife to these and completely scraped the top off and still despise these. These are the Revolution multi-use balms. Multi-use for what? I mean, I wouldn't even paint a piece of paper with these. This looked beautiful. When this is on the skin, it looks oily, greasy. I look like I've just done a gym session, but when I've done a gym session, I tend to have a towel to wipe myself down, and that's just apparently how these are supposed to be. I don't get it. I'm so sorry if these are your favourite. This is just my opinion. It's how they work on my skin. I just think these are horrendous. If you do love these and you wear them every single day and think they are the best thing ever, tell me what I'm doing wrong here, because I think this shade looks a little bit Pillow Talk-esque in the shade that it is. So I really want to use this, but the colour payoff is poor and it just looks shiny and greasy and dirty on my skin. It's also sticky like a lip balm. I don't want that all over my skin. Why is it sticky? Why have they made it sticky? This is awful. It's absolutely awful. I am pulling no punches in this video. It's the end of a very long day. Be warned. So I have to apologise, I got the name wrong of this. So if I've sold it to you and you're wanting to go and try this out for yourself, even if it's just for giggles, it is not called the Revolution Multi-Use Balm like it says on the back of the packaging. Who knew? That would just be too simple, wouldn't it? It's actually called the Balm Glow, which is written nowhere. Also, if you're wanting to try these out, I have no idea what the shades are because the shade names are also not printed on the packaging. Really well thought out, this from Revolution. Can't get any worse, can it? Moving on to a sister company of Makeup Revolution, this is Revolution Pro, and I'm not saying that this is a bad product. It's really not a bad product. The consistency of this and the texture is lovely. It's just, I don't know who allowed this out the building with the shade name Peach, because I've always been able to use peach colour correctors. This to me is deep tangerine. If you have dark circles underneath your eyes and you have a skin tone that is much deeper than mine, we're talking sort of medium to tan, this may be the next best colour corrector for you because it's a great shade for those skin tones. This doesn't come in a lighter shade, and for me, peach is a lot lighter. I mean, I've never seen a peach this colour in my life, and having to cover this over with a concealer, concealers struggle somewhat. I still look orange underneath my eyes when I've covered this over with concealer. It's not a great look. It really isn't. I look like I've been punched in the eye 3 days ago and the bruise is starting to fade. Not great. Let's go on to a recent fail. This is from Lanera and it is a full coverage foundation. This has won awards, so someone somewhere thinks this is a lovely foundation. I myself would not recommend this to anybody over 40. It is really quite thick and very full coverage. The pigmentation in here is phenomenal. If you're wanting to cover over mass pigmentation, really hyperpigmentation, dark spots on the skin, tattoos, birthmarks that you're self-conscious about, this may be a good foundation for you, but this is targeted at women over 40, and I just don't think the majority of women over 40 need that sort of coverage. And it's not pleasant coverage either. This is like a stage makeup coverage. It doesn't look natural. It gives me a very mask-like look to the skin because it's got that sheen that would be very, very flattering with slightly less coverage, but because of the coverage added to the sheen, it just looks like I've got a mask on. I wish I loved this more than I do, but it was a massive fail for me. I will never reach for this again, and it didn't last masses of time on my skin. It went shinier throughout the day. It was already quite shiny when I first applied it, went shinier throughout the day, and I lost patches of the foundation as well. So when you have a really high coverage foundation, you want it all to be present at the end of the day because it's even more noticeable with a high coverage foundation than it is with a sheerer foundation. If you miss little bits on the skin, if bits have gone missing throughout the day when you're wearing something with less coverage, it's less noticeable, but this is seriously noticeable and just looked patchy on my skin by the end of the day. No, no, no. I do have a video where I tried this. I will link it up here for you. This next one made me want to cry, and I am not a crier, contrary to popular belief. I don't like crying. I don't like putting myself into situations where I cry. I won't watch Dumbo. It's a big no-no. E.T. is also off the cards. Turner and Hooch. No. Beautiful films. Stop before we get to the end. Don't allow the kids to see Dumbo's mum getting carted off. No. No, no, no. This really upset me. It's Dior. We all know how much I love Dior. I don't get the same feeling with Dior that I get with Chanel, which just sends me all gooey inside, but it's a luxury brand that I can usually rely on, and this was a major disappointment. This is the Rouge Dior Forever Liquid. I thought I was going to love this. It is incredibly liquidy, very, very fluid and very lightweight. The applicator I love, although to make this work properly, you need very little on the lips, and the applicator, with it having a little divot in the base of the applicator, holds quite a lot of product. So it is impossible, unless you waste lots of this, to get a very small amount on the lips. And the more you apply, the stickier this gets. You're supposed to leave it for around about 30 seconds after application before you close your mouth. I think I'd have to leave this for about 2 hours, because as soon as you clamp your lips together, it starts to get stickier. The more the day progresses, the hour on hour that you're wearing this, and it has great lasting power. This doesn't slide off the lips, it doesn't transfer, but the stickier it gets, and it starts to get to the point where your mouth is actually sticking together. And I don't know if you've ever had that dream where your mouth's sewn shut. Is it just me? I'm a bit of a weird one. It sends me into a bit of a panic. I do like to talk. Maybe that's the underlying thing in that dream. Anyway, I don't like it. It just sends chills down me. I'm like, And it's not nice for anybody else either when your lips are sticking together when you're trying to talk to them. I might be doing something wrong with this, so if you've got this and you've had more success with it, then please let me know what you're doing to make this work for you, because I really want to like it and I seriously don't. I don't really know what to say about this next product, only that it is vile. It is not nice at all. It's from Revolution Pro again, and it is the Goddess Glow Cream Contour and Bronze. This is in the shade medium, which would usually be okay for me. I would have thought, do I have a lighter shade? I may have had a lighter shade in this. It's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury packaging. You know, they always like to take off really high-end brands. You know what it's like at Revolution. It also has the locking mechanism, which I liked. The unfortunate thing is I never want to unlock this because the product colour turns my stomach. This is like a diarrhea brown colour. Too much information, I am sure, but we've all been there, let's not lie. This brings back memories I really don't want to be remembering. It is the wrong colour for a bronzer. It is the wrong colour for a contour. I do not want to have this anywhere near my face. This is so yellow in undertone. I mean, having it on a tissue may be the wrong way to show this product for obvious reasons, but I just don't think it works. I really don't. It's a shame because there was promise, but no. This next product was a serious disappointment. I was gutted about this. This is from Altruist and it's the Anti-Redness and Pigmentation SPF 50. I love Altruist. Their Altruist Face Fluid SPF is phenomenally good. It's really, really nice. Got some great filters in there. It's very effective, very lightweight, very comfortable on the skin. So as you can imagine, when I got this, I had high hopes and they were majorly bashed to the ground because this is an extremely thick consistency and it separates and it pills. It's also green and it changes colour to more of a skin-like tone. Well, never been my skin tone anyway. It may be great for somebody with a deeper skin tone than mine. Actually, really quite a nice tanned colour. But after letting this dry down, as soon as my makeup goes over the top, this pills all over the place. It's like this doesn't really sink into the skin, it just sits on the surface, which is absolutely fine if you're not applying any other products over the top of this. But if you want to apply a little bit of powder or a blush or some highlight, or if you're resting your hand on your face to do your lip liner or your eyeliner or some mascara, this just lifts off, which defeats the object of an SPF, I would say, in my honest opinion. Like I said, I love Altruist as a brand, but this was a major flop for me. Let's give Charlotte Tilbury a good go in this video. This is the only Charlotte Tilbury product that I really didn't like this year. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Lip Blur. And I really did like this when I first applied the product. The product is a lovely formula. It's really creamy, it's really smooth. It also feels really hydrating and nourishing when you first apply it on the lips, which I really, really liked. It looked very flattering, it was great coverage, great pigmentation. Unfortunately, after around about 10-15 minutes possibly, maybe a little bit longer, I got this goopy, congealed white line that ran from one corner all the way to the other corner on the border of the inner lip. And I've heard a lot of people say the same about this product, and I'm not quite sure why that is happening. It does happen with some of the lipsticks as well. Obviously, I don't use those either, but I was really disappointed that it happened with this one, especially after my first initial reaction of, this feels really nice, this looks really nice, this is gonna be great, and then it turned out to be not quite. So I cleaned my lips off as soon as this happened. I reapplied the product on a completely fresh, dry lip, and it happened again. So I waited a few days, I tried it again, happened again. So I'm not quite sure what it is with this, but I know it's not happening to absolutely everybody. It may be the hydrating, nourishing ingredients that are trying to separate on my lips. I know the pigment is still all there, but it just looks horrendous. So yeah, I won't be using these again, and it is such a shame. I do think the shade range of this also needs to be added to, because there aren't enough really light shades for us fair-skinned people. They're all very dark, but I mean, I don't know why I'm complaining, because I wouldn't be buying them anyway, not after my experience with these. Does anybody else get that? Let me know your opinion in the comment section. If you love these, if this does not happen to you, I really want to know about it. But if it does, again, let me know. We're going back to Revolution Pro once again. I have not had a great time with Revolution Pro this year. I mean, they have some great products. I just can't bring them to the forefront of my mind at the moment. It'll come to me. It will come to me. It's just this year, I don't know what they've been doing, but they've just brought out some stuff that I've just thought, meh, I'll pass. This one I was quite excited about, because you will probably know by now that one of my favourite blushes pretty much of all time is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush ones, and these look like they should be a dupe. They are so far from a dupe. I've never been good at geography, so pick two places that are really far apart. These are in one, the Charlotte Tilbury blush is in the other. There we go. It's so different, and that really upsets me, because when people buy this, they're trying to grab a bargain and they're actually being ripped off, which upsets me slightly. So it's not that these are bad, are they though? They're extremely pigmented, so the pigment is definitely there. I was frightened by the amount of pigment, and you can't really apply them with the applicator, because one dot of this is too much. So I don't know why they've packaged it in this sort of packaging, knowing that that is going to be the case. These also don't blend out very well, and they go incredibly matte on the cheeks. If you want to see me apply this for the first time and have a bit of a giggle, then I will link it up here, because these, you know, I love a blush. I get on with most blushes because I love what blush can do for the skin. These almost put me off using blush forever. No, they didn't. I'm being melodramatic, but not great. Another one from Revolution. I'm so sorry, Revolution. You have some great products. I do love a lot of your products, but some of them, they're naff, and this is one of them. I'm really sorry. This is the Mousse Blush, and it looks like it's going to be quite creamy in the tub, but this dries out very quickly. It goes a little patchy, it's very difficult to blend out, and it goes seriously matte, which looks very flat on the cheek. If you have a hint of dry skin, this is not going to be for you. I don't know who this is going to be for. Maybe somebody in their teens would be able to get away with this. It's also, again, really pigmented. I like a pigmented blush the same as anybody else, but when it becomes too difficult to blend out because of that pigmentation, there is something wrong. It needs toning back a little bit so that it's more wearable, it's easier to apply. This is just too difficult and doesn't look very nice when you get it right anyway, so it's a no from me. Next up, we have the Gucci foundation. This is the Eternité de Beauté. I wanted to love this. It was very expensive. I bought it with my own money, as I have absolutely everything in this video. It looks beautiful on some days. It looks hideous on other days, and sometimes when it looks beautiful first thing in the morning, you get a few hours in and it's gone cakey and crusty and it just does not look flattering at all. I went out thinking I looked like a goddess on one day. It looked that stunning on my skin. And I think I met my mum in Meadow Hall around about 2, maybe 3 hours after applying. It might have actually been earlier than that. It may have been 1 to 1.5 hours after application. And my mum looked at me and she actually said, "Do you have a mirror?" Luckily, we have the sort of relationship where I have a thick skin and I can laugh this off. I grabbed a mirror and went, oh my goodness. This was horrendous on my skin and there was no warning. It was like a boyfriend had split up from me and we'd had the best holiday on the planet. We got back from holiday and he just went, I don't think this is working out. That is this foundation. Shocking. It's just way too temperamental for me. Some days it looks beautiful, other days it goes on and it looks awful. So it reminds me slightly of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation. I had the same problem with that. Stunning on some days, just completely flawless and airbrushed. Other days, horrific, cakey, thick, horrible mask-like look to the skin. This is the same. Last but not least, I have saved my rant to the end. This is the Olaplex number 4D. It's the Volume Detox Dry Shampoo. So we're going to focus on the word volume. We're also going to focus on the words dry shampoo. So this product should work as a dry shampoo, and it even says here absorbs oil, volumizes, again there's that word, refreshes and detoxifies, and it's for all hair types and all colours. So I agree that this is for all colours because this does not have any sort of colour at all within the liquid. I mean, it is completely clear. You can see the little bit that I've sprayed there, but there's also no powder within this formula. I didn't get any oil absorption whatsoever, and I also didn't get any volumization. Is that even a word? My hair wasn't volumized at all. I have heard people rave about this, saying it's so lightweight and it's not like any other dry shampoo that they've used. Well, it's so lightweight because I don't think there's anything else in this bottle other than water, and it's not like any other dry shampoo because it doesn't work like a dry shampoo should. So I don't understand this. The one good thing about it is it smells lovely. It really does smell gorgeous, like the other Olaplex products. It smells really fresh and fruity. It's a lovely smell. That's the only thing. I may douse myself in this and use it as a fragrance just to get my wear out of it, because definitely not going near my hair. It doesn't do anything. And I've got limp, lifeless hair. If you can't volumize this, then you can't volumize anything. I would love it if somebody would tell me how to get the best out of this. Does it work for you? Because it definitely doesn't work for me. So yeah, I'd love some advice, because there's a lot of product still, there's a lot of water still left in this. I'm being mean now, aren't I? Just need to lay off this. 250 mils of product you get with this. It's incredibly expensive, even for a dry shampoo. There are far better ones out on the market as far as I'm concerned. That is my opinion, but I'd love to know yours. So fill me in the comment section. So that is it. It's really taken it out of me today. Honestly, I need to lay down. I don't like doing these negative videos. I much prefer doing the ones that are all, you know, happy and smiley and isn't everything wonderful. Anyway, these things, they need to happen every now and again. And yeah, I really don't like any of the products that featured in this video at all. I really hope you've enjoyed this video though and seen me squirm for the last few minutes. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a like and come and join the Pampered Wolf Pack by clicking on the subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Really hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.